How's it going, YouTube? Sergio and Buffy, and we're back. We want to talk a little bit today about college. First of all, you gotta admit it's expensive. If you do it the cheap way, you go to community college, you pay, currently in my city, it's about 43 bucks or so per unit. So you're gonna pay about 500 bucks a semester at a community college, and then you're gonna have to buy books, which is gonna be like 80 a book, and you're not even gonna read 90% of the book. You won't even look at those pages unless it's a math book. And still, math classes, you come with all sorts of dumb expenses. Like you got to buy a stupid calculator so you can text basically your answer to the teacher, and then the teacher has everyone's answers to the problem, and then can figure out who's fucking up and who's not. They make you buy these things like the book, special online homework shops that you have to. Comes with a book. You have to pay 50 bucks for something online that lets you log in and do homework online, and it's like that's not teaching you anything. It's expensive, and you're still paying money for it. And most community colleges also make you sign up for a health service fee, which gives you the use of the facility, about a parking pass. So that comes to about like 60, 70 bucks, registration fee, maybe give or take like 100 bucks. Then you gotta buy a backpack and like special clothes for school. There's the whole like go get school stuff, consumer driven season. Let's say you do 2 years at your community college, and that costs you like 500 a semester right now, so it's about 2 grand. Um, and then your books, whatever, let's say like 2,500 for the whole thing. That's really low ball for your whole OCC experience. Now, I recommend you apply for the Board of Governors fee waiver if you can still get it, because that waives your tuition. That's huge. It cuts your cost of community college down. And then you're going to go to a 4-year school, or a Cal State, or a state school, or a private school. Right now, I have family in a Cal State, which is one of the cheapest ones in California, up in Long Beach. I think it's about 3,700 was her semester. Let's say once you get to a state school, now your tuition goes up. It's about 4 grand, and then if you go to a private school, it could be more. Different schools have different prices, but let's say you're doing about 4 grand a semester. That's without the cost of books and everything else. So that's going to be another 4 semesters. So that's 16 grand on top of your, let's say, 3 grand you spent in community college. So you're up to about 19 grand, and that's about the cheapest way you can do it. Now, if you get the fee waiver and you get some kind of financial aid, like if you're over 24 and you're self-supporting yourself, and nobody claims you on their taxes, you can apply for some government money that gives you like $4,000 or $5,000, like 4,500. It depends, but you get like 4 grand. So you basically get enough money for your semester of school and some living or something. So you can get a lot of government money to help, but where that money comes from somewhere, it's future taxation. It's the people's money being thrown to you to go to school. So you can get a college education for cheap if you don't go into debt. This is key. If you go and borrow student loans and get your 19 grand that it costs you to go to school, or let's get it's going to be 25 because school goes up every year. College doesn't get cheaper every year, it gets more expensive. So let's say you borrow 25 grand, and then that's got interest. And then let's say you don't get a job, or you just want to travel the world or whatever, you put on forbearance. Now you're going to be seeing penalties and huge interest, and you're going to have like a couple $100 month. You're going to have a car payment equivalent in your life after you finally have to make those payments. So it's going to be a big hindrance on your life, your ability to invest. If you got to pay hundreds of dollars, if you can invest $300 a month, but you can't because you've got to pay off that student loan. That's taking your money. Maybe you want to move out your parents' house, but you can't because you got to pay that. It's very important, if you're going to school, learn something useful and don't get into debt. So, like medical school, something, medicine, if you love to take care of people. I get queasy. I can't tend to the sick. I get nervous in hospitals. People like me need people like you to go study and become a nurse. So I encourage technical math people and engineers and people who are really loving and nurturing to go to school, because you can do nursing and science related, architect related, engineering jobs that are really going to benefit mankind. So looking at the bachelor's is like 25 grand. Now if you're going to get your master's, it's going to be like another much more, because the interest rates you're borrowing at are higher. Your classes are more expensive. So, and as time goes by, now you're going to be like, 4 or 6 years into your college education. So college goes up about 5% inflation each year. So you're going to be seeing a much more expensive tuitions by the time you're getting ready for your master's. And I have friends with masters in sociology, they don't have a job. The manager of the Del Taco by my house, he has a master's in business. So you're basically digging a hole, and you're getting a lot of lost time where you could have started a company. You could have found something out in the real world, the real problem that needs solutions, not discussing BS problems that you as one person cannot solve in a classroom. That doesn't fix anything. You have to actually witness a problem and find a solution and act on that and make it happen. And then before you know it, you have a product or a patent. You have some kind of intellectual property that just fuels your life, makes you, grow financially, personally. It can help become who you are, and then you move forward from there with your life and do more things. But if you're stuck in a classroom, you're not going to have these kind of epiphanies. And if you're learning crap, you're not going to be able to search and discover things on your own. The internet's an amazing thing now. You can find anything you are interested in or you love, and you can just find it and you can study it. I learned how to build my motorized bicycle. I didn't sit in a classroom to do that. It was all thanks to YouTube and thanks to forums and thanks to reading manuals on PDF files. I taught myself how to do that. Growing plants, most of that is self-taught. I took some horticulture at community college, but the majority of what I learned in the chemistry of plant life, all that was self-taught thanks to the internet. I encourage self-learning very much. I'm a huge advocate of it because that's what I do. I deliver pizza for a living, not for a living, but for extra money. And the beauty of that job is I get to listen to audiobooks. I get to listen to lectures, whether it be financial stuff or philosophical stuff like Stefan Molyneux. I love Stefan Molyneux's channel. But I really get to grow and feel like I'm becoming a better person while I'm at work and learn things. I just finished How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I'll try using these little tactics, philosophies, or things that I've learned in interpersonal communication with customers while I'm listening to the audiobook, and it just helps absorb the information for me. So, I think you can learn outside of a classroom much better. I'm no scientist. I don't even have a bachelor's degree, but that's my opinion. It's helped me. College, depending on what you love, may be for you, but if you're just going to go study liberal arts, or you're going to study communications or poli-sci or sociology or psychology, you just do that on your own. Just do it on your own. Get a job, get a good job, one that pays you what you're worth, and just learn on your own. Listen to audiobooks, get a job. Maybe, delivering pizza ain't perfect, but if you're driving or you have a job where you're kind of your own dude, you can listen to whatever you want, and you can educate yourself on your work time. Get 2 for 1 out of your time, because time is more valuable than money, and that's what you're losing in college. What's the most important thing is you're losing vital time in these vital years. When you're only 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, even 19, you have so much stamina and so much potential to just explode and just make epic kingdom for yourself and really help the world. But if you're sitting in a classroom studying crap that you're not going to use or even remember, how can you do that? So these are just my opinions, guys. I hope you like this video. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll make more videos soon. Have a great day.